You know, first, relative to the industry, I think we're at a very exciting time in agriculture as a whole. When you think about the massive changes going on, whether it's with biofuels, with crop production shifts and more acres to different crops like corn, and transportation changes and demand changes, all these things happening, it's really a watershed time in agriculture, and that's very exciting in and of itself.
My spark comes from my desire to be a part of the industry that helps feed and fuel our world. I think this industry will see a lot of challenges within our lifetime, and I want to be a part of the cause that solves these problems and comes up with new innovations to help more efficiently feed and fuel our growing population.
Remembering those days growing up with the livestock in the crop production, it was in Western Oregon, it kind of sparks me to continue that legacy. And obviously in my position I'm no longer on the farm, so my legacy is the students I work with.
Growing up in a border town, I got the opportunity to see many people come across the border to America for the simple opportunity to feed their families back home. At this point in time, I decided that eating 3 meals a day should not only be an American privilege, but a global one. And that is where my initial spark to become part of that solution began.
My spark as a career services advisor is helping students discover careers in agriculture and then realize their dreams in pursuing those careers.
My spark is the belief that the agriculture industry is important. I want every person that I come into contact with to feel the same way about agriculture that I do. That way, my children will have a chance to participate in the agriculture industry like I did.
The spark that I add to the agricultural industry is a spark for enthusiasm and passion for education. As ag literacy and ag education continue to be an issue facing our industry today, I thoroughly enjoy sitting with a group of people that maybe don't come from an agricultural background or come from an urban setting and don't know a lot about where their food comes from. And to be able to sit with them and to be able to talk to them about modern agricultural practices in today's industry is something that I absolutely love doing.
I think that my spark adds to the fire of the agricultural industry just because I bring a completely different perspective. I don't have the typical background that most students passionate about agriculture do. So my spark is just that I can show that anybody can be involved in the agricultural industry and that it's one for everyone.
In my job, I have the chance to work with students, with alums, faculty, staff, prospective students, advisors, and really the thing that is most fulfilling for me from day to day is the interaction with people like you.
My personal spark for agriculture is to help people find good jobs, making sure that they get the best people that are out here in the marketplace to meet their needs and to grow as a company.
The spark that I really hope to contribute to the agricultural industry is focusing on the farmer. It's really important to me in everything I do today in my career. Really focuses on the farmer, and my family coming from a long line of farmers, I want to make sure that that grower, that producer, the rancher, the farmer is the one that I'm always focusing on, and that anything I'm doing is helping make their livelihood easier or their return on investment better. So it's really what I want to contribute back to agriculture.
Well, that's an easy one for me because I see just tremendous future all the way around in agriculture. We've got 6 billion people in the world. They've all got to eat. And so, man, that just seems like 6 billion opportunities to me.
I particularly always joyed at the opportunities in communications in this industry because it's a very complex industry which takes someone who sort of understands what is going on and can help interpret the trends which are changing rapidly and the opportunities there and the information that all of the segments of this industry need in order to make decisions.
Whatever may spark your interest when you're young, you need to be prepared for just how dynamic and how rapidly changing the environment can be. And so while the world that maybe triggered that spark has changed dramatically, agriculture today is every bit as dynamic as it was in the mid-1970s, and even more exciting in many, many respects.
I want to look back in 50 years and say that I've helped bring the industry to what it is today.
And so if I'm happy about anything that I've done in my life. It's helping young people.